Israel. We stand with Israel.
We stand with Israel.
Stop terror, teach peace.
Stop terror, teach peace. Stop terror, teach peace. Stop terror, teach peace. Stop terror, teach peace. Stop terror, teach peace.
Stop terror, teach peace.
And so as we are here today, as we have said, in solidarity, I want to be sure that everyone knows this is just the first of our outpouring of spontaneous public support for Israel. But this is by no means the last. We dare not allow the only images on television and elsewhere be of those demonstrating in favor of the terrorists. We stand in opposition to them, and we will be here. Tomorrow there is an important rally as well, from 12 to 1 at the 6th NI Synagogue, sponsored by the JCRC and other organizations. I hope we will speak then and appear then. I'd like to now invite one of the young men from the Hebrew Academy who is here to speak to us. Benji is here to share some words on behalf of the youth of our community.
Go, Benji, go!
I'm a 12th grader at the Melvin J. Berman Hebrew Academy. Israel is a very important entity to my school and to the Jewish people. In the Torah, God promised the land of Israel to the Jewish people. And as members of the Jewish people, we have an obligation to do our part to ensure that promise is fulfilled. As Americans, we pride ourselves on the Constitution, which gives us the right to petition. And as Jews, we pride ourselves on showing care and concern for our fellow Jews fighting in Israel as I speak. Kids my age are suiting up as soldiers and going into the Gaza Strip to ensure safety for the Jewish nation. I urge each and every one of you here today to never stop exercising your right as an American to fight for what you believe in. Do everything in your power to support our troops in Israel, to support our government in Israel, to support our brothers in Israel. They need our help. And if we as Jews come together and do everything in our power to show the world how important we feel about Israel's safety, we can make a change. We can alter decisions, and maybe, just maybe, we can provide safety for our Jewish brothers. After demonstrating here today, I feel so much closer to Israel, so much closer to the land and to its people, and understand how much it takes to make change. The Israeli people need safety. They need to know that when they walk outside in the morning to get their paper, a siren won't sound, a rocket won't explode, and innocent people won't die. This safety is hard to come by in Israel right now. And sometimes safety can only come from forcing the other side to stop. This is Israel's goal. We must support this goal if we want to protect Israel and its people. Support, however, cannot just come from speech. It must also come from action. And coming here today is step one. I hope that this step of support today for our Jewish brothers will indeed make a difference. Terror is never okay, and we must stop it. Thank you very much.
Terror is not okay!
My friends, some of the United Nations say we should have a ceasefire. Let me tell you something at the United Nations. We've been asking for a ceasefire for 3 years. How come Hamas doesn't cease firing the rockets upon the babies, the children, the middle-aged people, the senior citizens of the south of Israel? Last year I went to Sderot. I saw the places with my own eyes where the rockets hit. You have 15 seconds. So to the United Nations, we want a ceasefire. Tell Hamas to stop. 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 to stop! Tell Hamas to stop! Tell Hamas to stop! Tell Hamas to stop! Tell Hamas to stop! Let's give our attention to Faith, who's one of the leaders of the Center for Religion and Democracy right here in Washington, D.C. A wonderful sister from the Christian community.
Yay!
Faith!
I know you've been hearing through the ever-helpful media the voices of Christian church leaders who lack balance, who denounce Israel for defending herself, and who appeal to Israel to become the same kind of cowardly appeaser that they are.
Boo!
Where have these church leaders been for the last 3 years since Israel withdrew from Gaza and was repaid by having rockets and missiles rain down on her? Why did we not hear them denounce Hamas for continuously violating the ceasefire of the last 6 months? Why have they only become distressed when Israel has finally and justifiably sought to end the radical Islamic terrorism that's coming against her? And why have they been silent for years about the persecution and slaughter of Arab Christians by Islamists?
Right.
When they can't ever stop condemning Israel's, quote, oppression of the Palestinians. I'll tell you where they've been. They were marching in candlelight peace marches with Yasser Arafat. They were trying to pass church-wide resolutions to force divestment from Israel. They attack Israel and appease the Islamists because it's easier to blame Israel for oppression than to face the reality of radical Islamism's global march.
Yeah.
In her statement on Gaza, the presiding bishop of the Episcopal Church mentioned that in New York, at the Episcopal Church Center, a demonstration took place in of the She was, however, blind to the hate-filled signs associating Israel with the Nazis and openly declaring jihad, brandished by lunatics wearing everything from keffiyehs to shade shirts. She was blind to them, just as she is blind to the fact that Israel's response to years of attacks by Hamas is quite proportionate, just as she is blind to how it is Hamas that is responsible for the deaths of civilians in this military operation, because they deliberately choose to embed themselves amongst the civilians. And just as she is blind to the fact that it is impossible to negotiate with an opponent who plays a zero-sum game, I'm here to say that these blind, unbalanced church leaders are not representative of most of the people in the pews in Christian churches. They do not speak for me, and they do not speak for hundreds of thousands of church members who believe in peace and justice for all people, including Israel. The church rightly declares that all people, whether they are from Palestine or Israel or elsewhere, are equal. They are created by God and equally loved by Him, and we deeply grieve their death. But it is because the government wants to use their death for propaganda purposes, and we will not grant false moral equivalence to killers and to those who they seek to kill.
Right.
We're deeply sorry for those who do, and I apologize on behalf of the Christian leaders who have made such idiotic statements. Please know that as the Old Testament prophet Elijah told his servants, those that are with you are greater than those that are against you. Thank you.